Dear Kenya Moore and also NeNe Leakes, y'all are icons. Y'all have done a lot for Bravo and Real Housewives of Atlanta. With that being said, NeNe Leakes, you are one of the reasons that Bravo is able to do what they're doing now, and they owe you a lot of gratitude. With that being said, you all are going to have to move past this show. Y'all are so wrapped up in allowing y'all egos to get the best of you all. It's time to find something beyond this show. For the love of God, stop using every moment to reference this show. We love that you were a part of it, but it's time to find a journey past it. Let's talk about it.
Y'all already know what time it is. I got the black V-neck on.
What's going on, you all? I want to talk to NeNe Leakes and Kenya Moore because I am tired. I'm tired. I have been tired for a minute, and given that NeNe Leakes has not been on Real Housewives of Atlanta for a couple of years now, and it doesn't seem as though Kenya Moore is coming back at all for this show or any Bravo franchise, period, it's time that we have a conversation, and maybe the fans need to listen so they can tell their faves to pay attention as well. I am tired of this attitude that both of them have, that they are better than the show. They have moved on. They don't care. They do all of these things and yet find every moment to talk about this show or reference somebody that they do not talk to anymore in some interview or some podcast or something. Y'all are so ingrained in this show, and y'all are too talented to be stuck forever in this. NeNe Leakes, I watched your interview with Latasha and also the Neighborhood Talk. I think you doing a podcast can work for you. I think it's definitely possible for you to grow and be a person that people listen to give commentary on things. You are iconic. Like, we are still referencing things that you have said 10 years ago. You are that. I need you to believe it, but I also need for you to invest money into what you are wanting to sell us. This interview that you did with Latasha was a disaster. And I don't mean that in a shady way, but it doesn't make any sense for you to be 10 years in this game, 10 years in the game, and still the sexiest peach, and you do not know how to conduct a proper interview. You have too much money, too many resources. You have been on this show for a long time. That you all not network with producers and folks who can help y'all set up and make y'all stuff look polished. I get that you had to make some changes because of Sierra no longer being a part of the show, but it's going to take more than just having a pretty set and having a couch to make this show pop. You got to get it together. Like, you are going to have to take advantage of all of the press and all of the attention on you right now. And putting out these lackluster interviews with folks who just want to be seen is not working. We need to be able to take you serious. No shade to Neighborhood Talk or even Latasha. You need to sit down and do real interviews and real conversations with random folks or people who can speak on camera. That's what you need to be doing right now. Stop getting caught up in this blogosphere. We do not want you to be caught up in this forever giving commentary on housewives stuff or anything. I don't want to hear any more about what NeNe Leakes has to say about this season. If you want to be a review channel, just do that. If you want to review housewives, there's nothing wrong with it, then do it. But stop acting like y'all don't want to do it, and then y'all give us breadcrumbs on what y'all thoughts are on this show. Like, move on. I need for you to do more. Take it from Don't Call Me White Girl, who's been able to build a enormous platform over the last year or so with going viral. She talks about random stuff, have guests on the show, has conversations. Some of those clips go viral. Grits and Egg podcast, a new successful podcast that is getting a lot of attention lately, just talking about things. There is definitely room for another podcast, people talking about things, because we want to hear thoughts. We want to hear NeNe Leakes give thoughts. There's nothing wrong with you doing an interview, but if you're reading the questions off and you sound confused and you read them like they're questions, it's not going to work. You're going to have to get in front of a camera and practice. You got way too much money and too many resources. We got to figure this out. Is it Peter or is it Patricia? I need to know, is this a YouTube channel or is this a show that NeNe Leakes wants to do that just so happens to be on YouTube? You got to let us know that. You got to find the folks. Stop doing these interviews with these folks who are forever stuck in the Bravo franchises. You want us to believe that you are beyond that? Show us that. Show us that. Because doing interviews with, and there's no shade again to homegirl over at the Neighborhood Talk, I don't want to see NeNe Leakes talk to a blogger. No more blogger interviews. We've moved beyond that. Talk about some real issues. Talk about things that matter beyond this season and this moment. You do not want to be caught up like some of these folks and having to forever do Bravo content. I don't want you to fall into that. Get into your bag. You giving commentary on Portia and what she got going on with Simon, all of that. It feels good for you in this moment, but it keeps putting you to a demographic that are not paying you no attention. They're not paying you any attention beyond just you coming back to Housewives. They're still wanting you to come back to Housewives. They're mad at the show while still watching it, still engaging with. You need to be finding an audience outside of it. You need people outside of the Bravo sphere. You need people outside of the Bravo sphere to engage with your content. It's not enough of them. It's barely enough of these folks to even keep these shows afloat. It's barely enough of them to keep these shows renewed. Barely. So you got to reach outside. Use them to promote to other folks. Hey, I watched NeNe Leakes. She was talking about this. She offered commentary. What you think of this? That's how you get people to engage. You're not going to get people outside of Bravo talking about Portia or Kenya Moore. Move beyond that. If you're going to act like you're better than that, then stop giving these little breadcrumbs. It's cute and funny, but is it memorable? Hell no, it's not. I want to see better. Like, NeNe Leakes is an icon, and I definitely think that Bravo owes a lot to her, if we're being honest. NeNe, you are better than this. That interview with Latasha, oh my gosh, it was not good. It was not good. It just did not flow. You're going to have to do some research, some reading. The fact that you did not know Latasha had a child, the fact that you didn't know she had grandchildren, you're asking very basic questions. You have the voice, the memorable lines and things. Create new ones and talking about stuff that has nothing to do with that. Like, we need to find more moments to love you and appreciate you. I would have never thought that NeNe felt that way about that. We need to connect with you. We cannot continue to connect with you with this show. Don't let these folks fool you with thinking that you got to keep talking about Housewives. These folks, as much as these fans want to say they care about you, they do not care. They do not care. Okay? And we see that is completely evident with Kenya Moore. Kenya Moore, sister, let's move on and talk to you real quick. You have spent more energy getting back at Britt, someone who you don't care about. You have lost your job because of this girl, because of your antics, and you're still talking about her. She is on the show. She has moved on. Yeah, folks do not like her online. They eating her up. She's still on the show. She's still on the show. And she wanted money from the settlement from Bravo because of that whole incident. Y'all eating Britt up ain't doing thing, to be honest. Yes, Britt was wrong for what she said in that moment, and Kenya was even more wrong for what she did. You cannot compare those two. That was revenge corn. There is no excuse for it. Absolutely not. There is no excuse for it. Yes, Britt said what she said. If Kenya was shook by it and she was threatened and she felt some type of way, why did you still allow her to be at your grand opening? Why did you allow her? You are the one that kicked folks off the boat while the boat was still moving. You have kicked folks out of places smaller than this. This is your moment. You should have just paid her dust in that moment. Y'all have gotten so caught up in this delusional land. I'm going to pay you dust. And then you're giving her all the building blocks to turn you into dust. Because now Bravo has theoretically paid you dust. You had all the time in the world to produce something, to get your voice out there during this whole time. And you come to us with an AI picture that doesn't even look like you. We're waiting for you to drop a video of the confessionals 1 week after the thing. And then you give us a trailer. You give us a trailer and then tell us to, hey, give me a couple more days. It's launching Friday. Then you give us a 2-minute YouTube short. You can't be serious. And it's not even a YouTube short because it's not even a YouTube short format. I will say that short that you did promoting it, it looked good. It is even hard to find you on YouTube. You have 2 current YouTube channels. You should have been, it takes absolutely nothing to create a YouTube channel and have this stuff running. I'm not understanding this. I'm not understanding how y'all have been on these shows for so long and y'all have not made any meaningful connections. You know what connections y'all are making? These folks who love being in y'all face and love being at these events who will leave y'all to the next person who's going to be on another reality show. Y'all are so surrounded by folks who are just ready to be celebrities with y'all. That's why y'all can't grow anymore. Y'all have folks who y'all think are friends who are basically clout chasers, if we're being honest. Yeah, girl, eat that up. Yeah, if you ate this, I ain't gonna tell you the truth. I ain't gonna tell you the truth because there's no way I'll be your friend and saw you post an AI picture like this. Photoshop picture. Now, we gotta get this together. If this is something serious, we're gonna have to work on this. If we serious about this, we gotta do better than this. This ain't it. Like this is. Y'all don't have those type of people around y'all because y'all have folks who are yes men because they want to be connected to y'all. That's why they're at every event, wanting to be in front of the camera, wanting to be seen. Y'all got too many people around y'all who want to be seen. And you know what? I do not want to quote Homegirl. When Homegirl said, get them at your house, y'all need to apply that. Because y'all got too many folks who want to be around you all because of the access y'all have. And they are not looking out for y'all best interest. And you can see that. You coming out with a statement saying that your team is working to get this stuff together. It's not making sense to me. You had ample enough time to get and own this moment. Dropping a video on a Friday was the silliest, goofiest I've ever seen. On a Friday, girl, are you serious right now? That tells me that you don't even know your own demographic, to be honest, because most of the folks finna be out this weekend. It's Easter weekend. You should have dropped this Sunday. You should have been had that Monday. You should have been had that. You already knew that it was likely that Bravo was not bringing you back. You should have had your stuff. How are you all of these things? And yeah, you are not prepared for owning this moment. You should have had a YouTube channel ready to go. You should have had the original YouTube channel scrubbed and cleaned and changed all of the stuff to be ready for folks to come and receive you. People can't even find your YouTube channel. You are so caught up in being seen that nobody's really even seeing you. They can't even find you. It looks pitiful. And to wrap this around Kenya Moore confessionals makes absolutely no sense when you are struggling to keep your business afloat. You are $400,000 in debt, apparently, for this haircut salon. You need to be doing things to promote that. I want to see you showcase the people doing hair in your salon. Going on your Instagram, we're not seeing that many pictures of folks getting their hair done. You need to be doing something like, where is your team? You can't have a team. This can't be a team, Kenya. This can't be a team. If this is your team, they're failing you. You need to fire all of them. But you know what? The team ain't showing up because you're probably not even paying them. That's the real gag. That's the real gag. Y'all need to be paying these folks to get on and get this work done. Yeah, and if y'all are paying them, y'all obviously not paying them enough, and y'all probably doing something because they doing it for cheap, and you close to them. That's why these things are unsuccessful. Y'all got too much reach, too much coin, too many resources to be out here putting out lackluster mess like this. I'm really disappointed. And I'm saying this with love. It might not even sound like it, but I'm saying this with love as I want to see y'all build a brand. Kenya Moore, calling it Kenya Moore Confessionals. Again, you're tying this to Bravo and you being on this show. We need to know who Kenya Moore is outside of Real Housewives of Atlanta and Bravo. You are stuck in this, and this is why you are so devastated by them firing you. They had all the power because you ain't been able to build a brand that sustains without this show. That's your issue. You have not been able to build that's the real gag, if we're being honest. You have not been able to build a brand outside of this show, which is why you are pissed because you had all your eggs in one basket. It's not making sense. It's not making sense for y'all to be talking about all of these things and all this stuff y'all got, this material, and y'all ain't got people around y'all that's going to help y'all be able to maximize this moment and to be able to be self-sustaining or self-efficient. Y'all are not. Kenya Moore was wrong for what she did to Brit. I don't care if you do not like her. I don't care if you don't see her on the show. Kenya Moore was wrong. She was wrong. And she was not prepared because she's always been looking for moments like this. If you go back and look at Kenya Moore's history and all the things from showing up to Marlo's event with the band and stuff, doing that stuff with the past, showing up to Phaedra, trying to make a mockery of her, Kenya has always been ready to amp it up, and she went too far and she touched the... Kenya has always tried to amp the moment, and she got too close to the sun this time, and she got burned. She got burned. And I think there's a possibility for Kenya to get back from this, but she's so caught up in pleasing these stans that she can't even be empathetic and show that she is wrong. Like, she was wrong for what she did. People would prefer for you to just say, hey, I messed up. It takes absolutely nothing for you to say, hey, I messed up. Yeah, you said that, but Tamron Hall had to pull it out of you. It doesn't look like you're apologetic if you are doing a video saying all these things lately. It doesn't look like you're empathetic for what you did when you are attacking her and making it seem as though you had every right to do it. See how that doesn't make sense? This is why you should not apologize until you really mean it, because a lot of y'all are just apologizing for the moment without changing your behavior. Your behavior has not changed, so the apology doesn't even seem authentic, because you would have still said, hey, I was wrong. Nobody's pressing charges on you, to my knowledge, or nobody is trying to sue you. Bravo is the one being sued. I mean, no shade. Bravo was the bigger fish to sue than you. I'm pretty sure Brit knew that, and her lawyers knew that, or her whatever who represented her knew that. Like, you are not as smart as you say you are, if we're being honest, because none of this is making sense to me. And as someone who's been talking about all these things, you made fun of all these folks. Like, you're throwing, I said Cynthia, calling her fake. The only person who is fake is you. You are the one, when NeNe was talking about her treatment on Housewives and how she felt about being a black woman on this show and how she didn't feel like she was being protected. You didn't come out and say anything. You made a comment in an interview and said, if the network doesn't want you, they don't want you. You said that. You don't think you said all that? Your ass is on tape saying it. You said that. You made that comment. Now you want to say and be on NeNe's side? Makes absolutely no sense. You're just as fake as you're trying to accuse Portia and Cynthia. You trying to call Cynthia this when you're doing the same thing. Cynthia told you right there in the moment. She was the only friend that was being honest with you right in that moment and telling you, hey, like, girl, this ain't, you better than that. I have so much respect for Cynthia after that. Cynthia, girl, I know I've ate you up over the years, but you own and ate that down. And I because it takes a lot to tell a friend you wrong. I love you, but this is not right. And I have a lot more respect for Cynthia. Honestly, with Cynthia doing that, bring her back, because she's the perfect balance that we need. Bring my girl, bring back Cynthia. Like, Cynthia, that was some adult behavior. Like, that's what I want to see. She ate that. And Kenya can't take it. Kenya can't take it. And y'all will be okay. Y'all will be okay. I just want to get my thoughts out. This is something I've been thinking about for like the last week. I've had conversations with close friends about these things, and I just want more from y'all. I just want better from y'all, and I just don't think that this is the best that y'all are giving us. If y'all want to build a brand outside of this, y'all are going to have to absolutely leave this behind. And the fact that y'all cannot do that, and y'all are not willing to tells us that y'all really are desperate.